but I thought signs that pointed to Christ, that proclaimed his deity, his God. He was God. In the book of John, there are miracles, if you want to call them, or signs that the Gospel of John alone speaks of. They're not in Matthew, Mark, or Luke. And I hope throughout the next few weeks to kind of look at some of those miracles with you and discuss them, and we're going to just see about our Lord Jesus Christ. And he was fully God, yet he was fully man. It's so awesome when you look at these things. But I want to first give you a little bit. I love to know the history of what I'm reading, kind of the background of it. So a little bit about the Gospel of John, if you've never heard. And I'm just going to read a couple of things from my commentary, and then I have some things that I want to share with you. So obviously it promotes the deity of Jesus. I already told you that. It presents Jesus as the Word, that is God who became a man, and it describes the miracles of Jesus. In the book of John, you have the I am statements where Jesus said, I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the door. I had said to Moses, when he had called him to deliver the children of Israel, and Moses said, well, who do I say who sent me? And God said, say, I am. That was his answer. I am. And now Jesus is saying this in the Gospel of John. I am he. I am he. I am God. So those are 7 I am statements that he makes in the book of John. In revealing who he is. He's not just saying that I give you bread. He's not just saying, I'll teach you, but he's saying, I am the bread. I am the way, the truth, and the life. All of these things so wonderful and marvelous. They're his claims to deity, that he's not just a man. And then the Gospel of John records 7 signs or miracles. What is the purpose of a sign? When you see a sign over here on the road, and it says stop, it's telling you something. It's pointing to what you're supposed to do. Stop. If it says yield, you carefully, if it's a green light, it means go. If it's a yellow light, you yield, and most people slow down and mostly stop. I have a reputation that yellow means hurry up and go, but it really doesn't mean that. Signs tell us something, don't they? Sometimes they're a warning. Like if you fly through a busy intersection and it said stop, you're taking your life in your hands. Those traffic circles that they have around the city now that sometimes are hard to figure out. The first time I went on one in Calgary, I was trying to find my cousin's house, and I really didn't know where she was. I couldn't work the Google Maps on my phone because I can't do that anyhow, and I was by myself. And then there's this goofy traffic circle. I was just circling. It just was a never-ending circle for me until finally I got off, but I went way the other direction, the city or the exit you want to take. It's trying to point you in that direction. And that's why these are called signs in John, in the book of John, these few miracles that are unique to his gospel. These were signs, John calls them. And he said in John 20 and 31, and I'll just read it really quick. I don't think I gave it to you, Seth, but I'm going to read it. That these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name. The first part of that I should have read. And truly Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book, but these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ. So these signs were written so we would believe in Jesus, the Christ. A couple of other interesting things about the book of John, that 90% of what's written in the Gospel of John is unique to John. It's not recorded in the other Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. It's only recorded in John. And as we mentioned, his identity, his deity is central to that whole gospel. He doesn't talk